guys, Chris from One More Cast. So I'm going to go ahead and do the tackle talk video for my trip to Matlacha. This is the second time I've ever been to Matlacha. First time was also in my kayak. I've always wanted to go there before, even when I had a boat. I want to make trips down there. I just never did it. So when I got a kayak, I decided to go down there one day. And the first trip I ever took down there was a good day. Caught a lot of caught a pompano, caught a lot of trout, we caught some snook, we caught a bunch of fish, and went down there with a couple buddies, and we had a good time. Well, then the hurricane came, and I haven't been back since the hurricane. So, but there's a guy that I watch on YouTube when I first got my kayak, and before I even got my kayak, when I was looking at kayaks, and I started watching a lot of his videos. He fishes down there, and he catches a lot of good quality fish. I mean, his videos helped me out a lot, and showed me kind of how to handle in the kayak and stuff like that. So I decided to go down there again today. I looked at the map all day yesterday. I mean, for about an hour, so I was just looking at the map. I mean, looking at where the different islands are, looking for oyster beds, stuff like that. I did a lot of research before I went down there. Checked the tide, checked the wind. The wind, I mean, I've just been fighting the wind lately. I don't know why it's been so windy lately, but I'm waiting for the wind to kind of start dying down, so wind won't be a huge factor in my trips, especially being in a paddle kayak. But nonetheless, it was a great day today. Got a little bit of top water action this morning. Had something swiping at it, but that was about it. And then once I took that off, that little mullet did pretty good. But I'm gonna go ahead and share with you guys stuff I used today. So, like I said, first thing this morning, I had this. This is the Moonwalker from Salt Strong. I love this top water. It's got the inline hooks, which is nice because you don't have to deal with the treble hooks in the kayak. The sound of this has such a nice frequency of sound that the fish just love it. I mean, they love going after it. I love doing this. This has actually become, I used to be all about the mirror lure top waters, and I love those. My biggest redfish on top water was caught on a mirror lure top water, but this is actually becoming my favorite top water lure to use. But once I took that off, I ended up going ahead and putting on a power prawn. This is on a 1/4 ounce. This was on a 1/4 ounce, the trout eye jig head, just because I wanted to be able to fish it a little deeper. Once I got out there and I realized how shallow it actually was, and it wasn't as deep as I thought it was going to be next to the mangroves, I ended up taking this off, and I ended up putting on my Miridine. Now this one also I put inline hooks on, so I don't have to deal with the treble hooks. I had this on 30-pound Seaguar fluorocarbon, but it started off slow. Started off really slow using this, and then I had a few swipes at it. Then eventually I ended up hooking up. I had something whack it really hard. I don't know what it was, but it was I mean, it felt like it was something big. And I threw back up under there, and I ended up catching that smaller one. But the Miridine did good today. Also, first thing this morning, no live bait needed. Pretty sure this is the Hell Yeah Butter. Yeah, Hell Yeah Butter color. This is the one I've been using. I mean, I'm liking these a lot. They're the fish that I catch on these are definitely better quality of a fish. I mean, they're anywhere. I think the smallest one I've caught on this was 20 something inches already. So this is definitely gonna do good. This is gonna be one of my springtime favorites. I have that rigged on a BKK. This is a 2.0 hook. The gap in this hook is ridiculous. It's crazy. I love the gap in this hook. And I mean, here I'll show you real quick the difference. Alright, this is just to show you a little bit of a difference between, if you see the gap in that hook, this is a 2.0 mustad hook. I love these mustad hooks, but that's a 2.0. And look at the difference in gap of this hook. This gap has got such a bigger gap, so since this is such a big bait, when the fish grabs it, because what it's meant to do and why the gap matters is So you have this much of a gap. If you don't have that much gap, when the fish grabs it and bites it, it pushes it down. So you want as much gap in between this bait and your hook whenever to go into the lip of the fish. So that's why having a big gap, especially with a bigger, thicker bait, is good to have. I mean, that's why it actually does matter between getting able to set the hook on a fish and missing a fish multiple times. But even though this bait is a bit bigger, it makes it hard for a hookup anyways. But whenever a big fish goes after it, the big fish will definitely eat it. Don't mind my dogs, they're being crazy right now. And then the last thing I threw today was, 3-inch Z-Man paddler. This is the beer run color. This is my favorite color. I always have this on. If I'm throwing a paddle tail or a jerk shad, it's gonna be this color. I love this color. It proves itself time and time again. It catches fish. This thing just catches fish over and over. And I had that today. I had that on a 1/8 ounce Texas-side jig head. I've been going more and more with this glow color jig head. But today was a good day. Like I said, we caught some fish. It was a new area, and the fact that I went out into a new area and I was still able to catch fish, that just shows like the research I did, it all paid off. The tactics I've been using, everything that I've been learning about kayak fishing is actually starting to pay off. So I went to somewhere that I've only been one other time, and it was actually before the hurricane. So it ended up paying off. But also what I had though is this 30-pound Seaguar. I had this tied on all of them today just because snook are back, tarpon are coming in. I actually ended up scaring a tarpon. I don't know if I got it on footage, but I missed something on the mirror lure, and I was reeling it back in, and I drifted, and I looked over, and there was a tarpon sitting next to me, a little, maybe 3.5, 4 foot tarpon just sitting next to me, and there was nothing I could do. My kayak floated over him and scared him away. But I also had Dr. Juice. I put this on all my baits whenever I'm fishing, and this stuff, same thing, pays off time and time again. I used to be a huge fan of ProCure. All I ever used to use was ProCure, but I literally went out and did a test, and I did it off the camera, so this was before I got a GoPro and everything. So I'm actually, either the next time or the next time after that, I'll go out and I'll have 2 setups. They'll probably be on both my battles, same action rod, same reel, same line, same fluorocarbon. Those 2 setups are exactly the same. I'll throw them on the same exact jig head, and I'll put one ProCure and one with the Dr. Juice, and we'll see which one gets more attention. But when I did do it last time, the Dr. Juice definitely caught more. I think it was like I caught like 4 trout on the Dr. Juice, and I caught like 2 trout on the ProCure. But ProCure works. It is good. I used it for years. I just feel like the Dr. Juice is a little bit better. So it was a good day out there. I hope you guys are enjoying these tackle talks. I hope you guys are. I hope you guys like the new way I do things. That way my fishing video isn't 25-30 minutes long. You guys can just watch my video, and it's only, now they've only been like 12 to 15 minutes long, some of them 10 minutes long. My tackle talks, they run between 5 and 7, 8 minutes long. This one might be a little bit longer, but it's because sometimes I get carried away with myself. But I hope you guys enjoy my videos. Hope you guys like these tackle talks, and if you guys have any suggestions at all, just leave them in the comments. Let me know. I'm willing to take any advice from, there was one of my subscribers actually commented on and told me about the BKK hook, said go get the BKK hook. So if you guys give me advice, I will take it. I'm not one of these guys like, oh no, I'm not gonna listen to that, this guy don't know what he's talking about. I will take you guys' advice. So like I said, it was fun today, and remember, there's always time for one more cast. I'll see you later.